In the outskirts of a quiet town, there stood an old abandoned radio station. Once the heart of the community, the station had been silent for decades. Locals avoided it, whispering tales of strange noises and eerie voices that would sometimes echo through the static at night. Ethan, a paranormal investigator, had heard these rumors and was determined to uncover the truth. Armed with his recording equipment, he ventured into the dilapidated building late one stormy evening. The station's rusted sign creaked in the wind as lightning illuminated the shattered windows and peeling paint. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the faint smell of mildew lingered. Broken furniture and scattered papers littered the floor. At the center of the main room stood a large, antiquated broadcast console covered in cobwebs. Ethan approached it cautiously, his flashlight casting long shadows across the walls. As he powered on his recording device, a faint hum filled the room. The old equipment on the console flickered to life. Though the building had no power, Ethan froze, his breath catching in his throat. A distorted voice crackled through the speakers. "Help. Me." The voice was faint, but unmistakably human. Ethan leaned closer, his hands trembling. "Who's there?" he whispered. The voice didn't respond. Instead, the static grew louder, almost deafening, before abruptly cutting out. The room fell silent, save for the sound of rain pelting the roof. Suddenly, the speakers roared back to life, this time playing an old radio broadcast. The cheerful voice of a long-forgotten DJ filled the room, introducing a song from decades past. But as the music began, it distorted into something unrecognizable, a cacophony of screams and whispers that sent chills down Ethan's spine. He grabbed his flashlight and turned to leave, but the door he had entered was now shut tight. No matter how hard he pulled, it wouldn't budge. The shadows in the room seemed to shift and grow, taking on vague, human-like forms. One of the shadows moved toward Ethan, its elongated arms reaching out. "You shouldn't have come here," it hissed, its voice a mixture of the static and human anguish. Ethan stumbled back, tripping over a broken chair. The shadows swirled around him, whispering in a language he couldn't understand. Desperate, he fumbled with his recorder, hoping to document what was happening. Suddenly, the room went completely dark. The whispers stopped. In the silence, Ethan could hear only his own ragged breathing. Then a single voice spoke, calm and clear. "You're the next story." The flashlight flickered and died, leaving Ethan alone in the pitch-black room. The next morning, the radio station remained silent, just as it had for decades. Ethan was never seen again, but late at night, locals claimed to hear his voice through the static, calling for help. To this day, no one dares to approach the old station. It's said that those who do become a part of its last broadcast, forever trapped in its haunted airwaves,